nobody under the 3 or 4 guys is an IT guy. You cannot hire them. But they all want to be founders. They all want to be VPs. They all want to be directors. They all want to be consultants at McKinsey. So you have to basically hire people that you know are not very smart. And yet you will make them work in a way by which the quality of your product, your aesthetics, all the values you got is still up to your standard. You're an IT guy standard. So your standards are here. Now you're going to make a Nagpur engineer do work which is equal to an IIT engineer's job. That becomes the challenge for the founders who are IITians running the company. How to make a Nagpur engineer work at the quality level of an IIT. Sometimes it's worse, they're not even Nagpur engineers, they are from Chandigarh or something. Then you're toast. Because they're like, God knows how they get their degrees and how they get their grades, Or they're from UP or Bihar, forget it. So you have to be very, but you have to still use that talent that you can and slowly but surely educate them so that they start performing at the level of you. So you set the quality standard. The founder, CEO, you're an IT. You know what quality is. You want to design products that are as good as iPhone products. Google products, Android products. You know that. So your standard is there. We are sending you guys to Caltech and everything. So your standards are sitting up there. If you cannot hire a single engineer who can even spell Caltech, forget work like Caltech. And yet you're going to get quality at that level. So your job ends up becoming how to educate and improve the quality standard of engineers. And you find that, typically 1 out of 2 or 3, 1 out of 3 typically, 1 out of 4, actually is very smart. He just did not get into IIT, but he is very smart. So you're going to find that guy, who's that 1 out of 4 guy. And then you train him. Slowly but surely you take him and he's performing at the level of an IIT guy. But since he does not have an IIT degree, he won't leave you. Because nobody will hire him. So IIT guys you hire, you will steal them. Before you know it, Infosys comes in, offers them 20 lakh salary and you're offering him 8 lakh salary, he's gone. But Infosys won't take a Nagpur engineer who is working as good as an IIT engineer because of your training and offer him 20 lakhs. So they'll say, how can we give a Nagpur engineer 20 lakhs? The IIT guys will say, then we need 40 lakhs. So they are stuck. They cannot hire very bright Nagpur engineers. So, that's your advantage. Because only you know the quality of your people. Other people don't know. And this guy cannot sell himself. Plus, you take care of your employees so that you have a personal relationship. You invite them to your home for dinner. You give their kids Diwali gifts. You do all kinds of things in order to keep your key resources here. Engineers from Nagpur who are working as good as IT engineers, are key resources, even more important than IT engineers, because they don't have the IT. So it's a very strange logic that you use in order to figure out who's your key resource. So anyway, key resources are very important, right? And people will steal them. They might decide to start a company competing with you. All kinds of things happen in the real world. So you're constantly fighting this battle for how to hang on to your key resources. Your best salesman, your best marketing guy, your best engineers, your best QA people. Struggling to keep them. because these people are worth more than gold. They go, you'll have to do the customer support. You want to do customer support at 2 o'clock in the morning to a customer from Dubai or something, answering his questions. So, basically, key resources is also very important. Key activities, obviously, is important because essentially this is what allows you to make a product. If your factory keeps giving 40 products, obviously you're going to spend a lot of time and money in customer support, right? And you're going to be getting a lot of returns. Your reputation is going to get messed up. Your brand is going to get messed up. People are going to write bad things about you on internet blogs. You can't say I'm good. There's only one product was bad. Everything else was a good product. Nobody will believe you. In this world of social networking, people believe strangers instead of believing the company CEO. If somebody writes something bad about your product, it's going to cost you 100 times that effort to fix that reputation. Because one Google search, what is the quality of Gaurav's, smartphone, whatever. And if one person has said it's, it started and it stops working, every time I go from year to year, the call drops. Nobody trusts that LG phone. It's over for that phone. No matter how good it might work everywhere else. So, you want to have your manufacturing plant, etc., the quality products, and so on. Right? So that's very important. The key activities. You cannot do a quality product, a quality service. Forget it. So one thing I want to say is that key activities, right? So we used to provide at Selectica, we had big customers like Cisco, Dell, IBM, GE, and we had to send engineers from here to do all the customization and integration and all that stuff, right? And we thought we'd send our best engineers from Pune, and after 1 month, we started hearing from all the managers at Cisco, Selectica is a piece of junk. And we said, what's going on? We have the best configurator, the best everything. We sent you these engineers, and basically we went and talked to those guys, and they said, oh, we don't understand what your engineers are saying. They say one thing and does something else. Basically, we had a communication problem. Our engineers from Pune could not write clear memos. They did not know how to, talk and give a presentation. They could not, when they were asked questions, they did not know how to answer questions properly. Because they did not understand what the accent. They did not understand what the guy was saying. They did not understand. So we just mumbled something. And even though we had the best product, it was getting a shitty reputation. So basically what I had to do was, every time I hired an engineer in Pune, I had to put them through 6 months of personal training. So I brought in people to teach them how to communicate in English, how to write English properly, how to talk properly. Imagine, and these days they are saying that Delhi University should not have English. If you hire anybody from Delhi University, you're finished. You can't sell any, they will kill your company. Serious. You hire people from universities that are not demanding high quality education. If the university does not demand high quality education and you hire people from there, you are finished. You'll have the best product and it's fixed. And at Cisco, they were ready to throw us out. And they had signed $10 million contract, they already paid us the $10 million. And they were throwing us out after a month because our engineers were not communicating properly with their managers. And which are all white people. Indians also, but white people. The people in all these big companies were white. So some people speak with, southern accent, some speak with New York accent, some people speak with some other accent. But we will communicate. They use the slang, we got to understand the slang. So I put in a 6-month, I said I don't want any engineer from Pune to come to US till he's gone through 6 months of personal training. How he, dresses, he's got to wear a tie, he's got to wear a clean shirt, he's got to wear deodorant, he's got to, polish his shoes, he's got to trim his hair, cut his hair. Everything so that he looks and gives a great product, professional image, a great product, like people who are supporting it, who are in front of the customer with engineering, maybe the best engineers, but they don't have communication skills. Shut your company down completely. So, which brings us to key activities, very important. Next is key partnerships. So, essentially somebody asked the question about outsourcing, right? So that's key partnerships. So outsourcing is a way by which you can reduce the risk and uncertainty. You can reduce your costs. You can optimize because you can get great control engineers, system engineers. If you don't have control system engineers in your company, you hire them from consultants, etc. So there are many different key partnerships that are necessary to get your job done.
How are we reducing the risk? Because when the risk arises that the supplier may not supply product on time or supply low quality product amount of time.
Yeah, ultimately it's your name. It's not the supplier's name going out there. It's your name that's going out there. So you have to put quality standards on this guy. And you got to enforce quality standards on this guy. You have to decide. So sometimes, a big company will take a project, an outsourcing project, but he doesn't have all the people. So he'll subcontract this big project to smaller outsourcing companies in India itself. And those guys may not have all the training that Infosys gives their engineers. And when those people go to Aetna, IBM, GE, or Dish, or Comsat, whatever, and those guys say Infosys is bad. Because Infosys, they're carrying the Infosys reputation, even though they are a partner. An Infosys project manager cannot say, oh, he's a partner that they outsource stuff. It's Infosys. So ultimately remember that you are responsible because even though your partner is delivering some of the services to make a product. Okay? And then finally cost structure. So basically, if you have high cost and you sell it under your cost, you'll be out of business straight away. Right? So very often, you forget to negotiate your cost contract or not negotiate the product. So just when you business starts building, the supplier raises the prices. All of a sudden you thought you had a profitable business, now you're going to start losing money. Right? So cost can kill your business. You make a deal. Like I made a deal with Dell Computers to sell their Pentium chipsets for $19. And what happened is that 6 months after we started selling the chipsets, Compaq made some big orders. Everything was going great. And I went to my suppliers, TSMC and UMC and all that. I said, guess what? I'm so happy I'm going to give you an order for 1 million chips. And they said, no, we don't want your order. Because at the same time that wanted to place an order for 1 million chips, Compaq had also needed to place an order for 1 million memory chips and systems. So they needed 10 times more wafers to just supply the memory. So TSMC was going to make more money supplying the memory chips to Compaq than the core logic chips. And they're saying, why should I make chips for you? I make the chips for the memory vendor. So all of a sudden, I had no choice but to go to TSMC and say, okay, I'll give you 3 times the cost that you had previously agreed. So I can give you the same kind of profit on your wafer as you made by selling a memory chip. All of a sudden, my cost was like $26 per chip set. I'm selling it for $19. Then my profit was supposed to be $3 a chip set. And losing $7 a chip set on 1 million chip sets. All of a sudden, something that would have made me $3 million profit is going to make me lose $7 million. Now, if I go to Compaq and say that, look, my cost has gone up, can you give me $7 more? At least get me to break even. Then, of course, you may agree or may not agree. And I can play a hard line, I'd say. I won't sell you the chips unless you give me $26. Break even. They say this is the last order you're going to get from me, ever. I'm never going to do business with you again because you raise the price on me. I design you into this PC on the promise that it's a $19